is equal to your retained earning closing or ending retained earning, right? So retained earning, so dividend is decreasing the retained earning. So decrease in retained earning means debit. So retained earning to liability, because we are declaring, announcing the dividend payable. So when we had the dividend on July 10, company paid the dividend declared on 19 June. So when company declared the dividend, company paid the dividend. So you satisfy your liability. Liability decrease, cash is decreased. Decrease in liability, debit, dividend payable to cash. So whenever dividend is decided, two entries are going to be made. One, declaration entry. Number two, payment entry. Declaration entry would gonna be retained earning to dividend payable, and payment entry, dividend payable to cash, right? So here we go. So this is the retained earning of P account. Though this is credit side, this is debit side. Debit means that who decreases the retained earnings. So dividend would be written on the right hand side because it decreases the retained earnings. So those who are written on the right side, it increases the retained earnings, right? Now we have a comprehensive, I think, no, just for dividend illustration. So let's just do it together. So those who are watching online, please pause the video and try to solve it by yourself, and then compare the answers. Okay, so we have the Hardnet company. We have a common stock. We have paid in capital in excess of common stock. We have retained earning. We have treasury stock, and we have paid in capital from the treasury stock, $80 million. So it's like a premium we earned over reselling of our own stock, right? So the transaction to record the declaration and payment of the cash dividend. First of all, declaration entry. Entry gonna be retained earning to dividend payable, and then dividend payable to cash. Simple, right? That's it. So how the dividend on preferred stocks are going to be recorded? So remember, dividends are paid before dividends are paid on common stock. So first there is a right to receive dividend of preferred stock. So preferred stock will receive dividend first, and then common stock will receive dividend. So dividend are stated as a percentage of the dollar amount as well. So remember, dividend on preferred stock must be paid. If not paid, then it will be cumulative. It means in arrear. If this year we didn't pay, we don't have cash, then next year we will pay this year plus the next year dividend. So it's like a debt, but we don't call it debt. This is the property of preferred stock. We must pay the fixed decided dividend on preferred stock. So we have the illustration here. Assume that the preferred stock of event guard is cumulative, which means if we couldn't make payment to the dividend right now, we will be adding in our next payment as well. So event grade passed the preferred dividend of 150,000, right? 150,000 here. In 2013. In 2013, they didn't pay their dividend. So before paying dividend to common stock in 2014, event must pay first dividend for both 2013 and 14. So it means they have to pay dividend of 2013 plus 2014. So if they want to pay the preferred dividend gonna be 300,000, right? On September 6th, Event declares dividend 500,000. So their total dividend is 500,000. So among this 500,000, we are in 2014, right? 2013, 150,000, and 2014, 150,000. Total 300,000 belong to preferred stock, and rest of the 200,000 belong to common stock. So entry gonna be when you declare the dividend, retain earning to common stock to preferred stock, right? And when you pay the dividend, then dividend payable to cash, right? Now stock dividend. What if you pay dividend in form of stock, in form of shares, rather cash? So you would be paying in proportion. For example, 2%. If I hold 2,000 share, I would be given 200 share as a dividend, right? That what we mean by the proportion. So increase stock account and decrease the retained earning. Entry gonna be the same, retained earning to dividend payable, but in that case you increase the common stock, or if it's a preferred stock, then you increase the preferred stock. But the total equity doesn't change, because on other hand, retained earning is decreasing, but common stock is increasing. So this will nullify the effect. So reason of stock dividend are that when you don't have much cash. Plus, when you want to reduce the market price, if the market price is $4,000 for one share, if I want to buy one share, I need to pay $4,000. The company will, so I cannot invest in this company. So company decide to split or to increase the shares. When company increase the share, increase 100% share, so its value have gone down to 2,000, right? Or if company issued thrice, the number of shares already in the market, its value gone to 1,000 per share. Just like that. The size of the stock dividend, 25% or less of the recorded market value, or greater than 25% of the recorded market value. This is just for the law. Company cannot issue more than 25% of the market value of the share as a stock dividend, or cannot, or must, or can only increase, or can only pay greater than 25% of the par value. Par value can be $1, can be $0.05, can be $10. It's up to the company policy, right? So, oh, sorry, we jump into our first. Yes, and now stock split. Company can also, so this is not like a dividend, it's the stock split, which means one common stock is now split it into two common stock. The biggest motive is to decrease the market price. In the market right now, we have 10,000 common stock and its market value is $100. So you split half, it means 20,000 common stock with 50 market value each. So the total value doesn't change. 100,000, this is also, if you multiply 20,000 with 50, So it means no account is affected, only number of shares and share price affected, that's it. So we have a summary here. So if we issue a stock, it will increase the asset and it will increase the common stock. If we purchase our stock back, it decreases the asset and decreases the shareholder equity. So no effect on liability. Sale of treasury stock, no effect on liability, only increase in assets, increase in liability. If we declare the dividend, liability increases, dividend payable, right? And our shareholder decreases. Why? Because retained earning decreases. Payment of cash dividend, our liability decreases, our asset decreases. Stock dividend, large or small whatsoever, no effect on that. Why? Because the dividend remains, the total stock equity remains the same. Stock split, no change because total equity remains the same. Because we are not paying any cash, we are just increasing the number of shares, that's it. The number of shares increases, but total market value, total carrying value doesn't change it at all. So now our last learning objective, which is stockholders' equity transaction in financial statements. How we are going to show that? So remember, in statement of cash flows, this is called financing transactions. So remember, our cash flow statement has three types of cash flows. One is called operating cash flows. We call this CFOs, cash flow from operation, CFI, cash flow from investment, which mostly related to sale and purchase of assets, long-term assets, and then CFF, which is cash flow from financing activities. So if we issue shares, it is a financing activity. If we purchase back our shares, it is also a financing activity because shares are involved. If we pay the dividends, it's also cash flow from financing activity. Right? Remember, we pay the dividend, so it will decrease the cash flow from statement. So cash flow from statement decreases due to dividend payment. Right? That's just, we're going to show that. So that is a detailed look of our equity section of the balance sheet. We have a preferred stock. We will write down like here. Then we write it down common stock, additional paid-in capital in excess of par of common, retained earning, treasury stocks, and at the end, other comprehensive income. That's it. So this is how we show the common stock treatment, the preferred stock treatment, and the retained earning stock treatment in our balance sheet. So retained earning treatment, because it involves dividend. When we pay dividend, retained earning decreases. Right? If we don't pay dividend, retained earning increases because of increase in net income. So that's all. Any question regarding our equity and regarding our bonds payable on premium? So you can ask right now. If no more questions, then remember, 29th of June we will be having next week we will be having our final exam. Right? I will be right now uploading these lectures so that you must have ample time to review the lectures as well. If you have any question, you can also write down in our group. I will be happy to answer. So any more questions?
Sir. No, no questions.
Okay, see you next week on final exam. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye.